Welcome to Varsity. I'm Mike Sherman here with Ryan Aber, and we're talking about the transfer that shook Oklahoma high school football. That's DJ Ward from Lawton to Douglas. First of all, Ryan, have you seen, do you remember a transfer like this in all your time covering high school sports?
It's hard to remember one. You've had players transfer for either disciplinary reasons that they weren't going to be able to stay with the team, but not as big a profile player as DJ moving from one school to another for a family job issue this late in his career.
And first, let's start with Douglas and how this helps the Douglas Trojans in their attempt to win a state championship and also in their opener against Tulsa, Washington.
Well, it's a big play in that opener against Tulsa, Washington. The 6A team playing 4A, and you add a defensive end like DJ Ward when you've already got a great defensive end in DeAndre Clark, the underclassman, and that's going to do a lot for this defense. Douglas was going to be a state championship contender before. Now they're elevated to the favorite with the addition of DJ. Now, how they use him on offense is a question, but the defense, that really settles things along the front of that line and makes teams make a choice to go toward Ward or toward Clark.
Now, he's already committed to the Sooners, and that's a reason why a lot of people are going to be fascinated with the Douglas schedule and want to memorize it forward and backwards. But DJ Ward's going to go against some different kind of competition now. Instead of playing a 6A schedule that, you know, he's playing the Edmond schools and Tulsa Union or Jinx, he'll have a game against Manford. What is that going to look like?
It could look like domination for big stretches. Douglas has dominated during the regular season for the most part anyway, and then when you add a player like DJ Ward, I mean, it's just going to be like what we saw Gerald McCoy, what he did when he was in high school, and some of these other, even Ronell Lewis at Dewar. It's going to be domination for big stretches of the season, but they do get some tests. Obviously, Douglas has Booker T. Washington to start the season. They get Millwood, Star, teams that can match their athleticism a little bit at least, will push them. But Douglas will not be seriously challenged until we get in the playoffs. Now,
one side benefit for the teams playing Douglas, the teams like Manford, I hate to single you out, Manford, but guess what? Your game film gets seen by a lot of big-time colleges. Somebody out there is going to get a look who wouldn't have if DJ Ward had stayed in Lawton.
Absolutely, and not only DJ Ward, but DeAndre Clark, whose recruiting is still open. He's a member of the 2014 class. His brother Stevie Clark, we've heard all about his basketball exploits, but DeAndre Clark is a big defensive end who's going to play on the other side of DJ, and every school in the country is going to be looking at that recruiting film, I guarantee you.
Now, talk about the Lawton Wolverdogs. They lose DJ Ward. Where does this leave them?
Well, they're in a little bit of a position to be able to take that. They got some move-ins, one from Woodward, Ryan Yost, who they weren't sure where they were going to use him before DJ Ward left. Now they're probably going to have to use him at least a little bit more on the defensive side than the offensive side, but they're still going to be really good. They're in a tough district with Santa Fe and Mustang, and it's going to be difficult for them. They were going to be probably the favorite in the West. Now that gets knocked down just a tad, but Lawton is still pretty well equipped to handle that loss.
DJ Ward goes from dragging 6A quarterbacks down from behind by one hand to going after 4A. Look out Oklahoma City Conference, look out Manford. That's all for this edition of Varsity with Ryan Aber, but you can stay with the best coverage team everywhere and every day on News OK and every morning in the Oklahoman.